Hi everyone, we're here. I'm just going to wait a few minutes for everyone to get online and we'll talk about indoor gardens today. Hey everyone. Hi Julie. Are Haley and Sid with you? Hi Kim. Awesome. You guys ready to do some indoor gardening? Awesome. Okay, just a couple minutes here. So our original plan was to be outside at a community garden, but unfortunately Mother Nature had other plans. It's a gorgeous day out, but we have about 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds, so we decided it would probably be best if we did this indoors today. Okay, we'll wait one more minute. Sorry, I keep tapping my toe and it's shaking my whole body and the camera. Sorry. I'm just excited about, what we're going to learn about today. All right, well, my name is Kat, and I'm the program specialist here in North Platte for Lakeview Cabin. And today, what we are going to be doing is talking with Conservation Nebraska about indoor gardening and community gardens. So, here is Alicia, and we're going to get started.
Hi guys, so today we're going to talk about indoor gardening and community gardens. So here in North Platte we have a community garden and we have been cleaning it up. So over here I have some pictures. So this is the garden before the cleanup. So you can see that we had left the plants on there for cover in the fall and winter. So here is another picture. You see it's all pretty tall back there. There's a close-up. And then we did have milkweed in the garden for butterflies, and so we gathered some milkweed seeds. And then there were some big worms and night crawlers in the soil. And then here I am cleaning it up. And this is some progress on it. We made a lot of progress in about 2 days. And then here it is yesterday after the whole cleanup. So it's ready to plant. So the community garden is open to the community, and we have a big pollinator plot in the front, and then the back is for vegetables and for plots for people to buy. But moving on to seed starters.
So I have a question real quick.
Yeah.
How did you get the land to do a community garden?
So it was done through Cody School and Keep North Lincoln County Beautiful. They contacted the city and they got the land through the church.
Oh, okay, cool.
To have it there. So for our community garden, I have started some seed starters for wildflowers and certain plants to attract pollinators, and also some vegetables. So right here I have the seed starter that I'm going to show you how to make out of just recycled materials. This is just a cup, and I have labeled it for bell peppers. And here's another one for bell peppers. So seed starters are super easy to make out of recycled materials. So I just have a cup from going through a drive-thru, and I'm just going to put some soil in it, about halfway to 3/4 of the way up in the cup. So then it's just as easy as planting a seed. So then you just make a hole, and I have some seeds here. And you can put 1 to 2 seeds in a seed starter. And then you just put the seeds down in the hole. And then you can cover the hole.
Okay.
And then you just put some water in there, just very little water. Just to get the soil wet, and it'll go all the way down through. So this one will need to be watered about once a week, and it is only when the soil is dry that you water it. And just keep it in not a direct sunlight space, but a place that gets some sunlight, but not fully direct. And there's many different things you can make it out of. That one's just a regular like fast food cup. We can make it out of this water bottle. For this one, you're going to need some help. So you just take the cap off, and you'll use scissors and kind of just make a small cut in the side. Squish it down and make a small cut in the side. Kind of like that. And then you can just cut all the way around. So then you have 2 halves, and you'll fill the bottom half with soil. And it's about halfway or 3/4 of the way up. And I have bees knees seeds. So for this is just a mix that attracts bees and other pollinators. And for the pollinator ones, you can do 2 to 3 seeds in each seed starter. And depending on how big your container is, you can increase the amount of seeds. So you're just gonna make that hole again.
Can we see how tiny the seeds are?
Yes, they're just right there.
Oh, wow. It's hard to tell them the difference between them and the dirt.
Yeah, so they might be a little bit of a light gray or a dark gray. You'll just kind of sprinkle them in there. One more. And then you'll cover that up again. And then water that again. And there's no drainage holes on these, but you can, in the bottom of these cups, poke a couple holes, but it's not necessary. So this version of the seed starter kind of makes a little greenhouse for the seed, and it helps it grow faster, basically. And then this one you just water when soil's dry again. And then another way you could do a reused one is fruit containers. So this one was just strawberries, and it does have the holes at the bottom, so those will be used as drainage holes. So you can just fill this one up with dirt. Not all the way, but fairly close. So for this one, we're actually going to plant strawberries in this one.
Strawberries in the strawberry container.
And there are So Easy seeds, and they just have like a little coating on them that make them easy to see when you're planting them. And those are okay to use as well.
Oh.
So you can see these ones are red. So they're easily
Oh, wow.
spotted. So since I have a bigger container here, I'm going to plant a couple more of them. So I just probably make 3 holes in there and then put a couple in each. And then, I don't know if you can see them in the soil. That makes it much easier to see placement.
Oh, yeah.
Of seeds. And then you can just cover those up. Okay. And you can close the lid, but if you see that the soil is like kind of staying wet and not really evaporating any of that water, you can open the lid up just to dry it out if it's staying too wet. Then, so I have just a couple of examples here. So these are tomatoes, and this was something that tomatoes came in. So that's tomatoes on each side. That's another idea. And then for cups like this from like a fast food restaurant that you can reuse, it's just the same idea as the plastic bottle, but this just has a lid so you can keep it on. And or if it's too wet, you notice it's too wet, you can take it off and dry a little bit. But that's also going to act like as a little greenhouse for the seed. And then these ones over here are just seedlings as well. These are from a wildflower mix, and I just reused pots from getting other plants. So that's an easy way to, if you're really into getting plants, you can use just the old pots they came in.
So are all of these wildflowers, or?
So all of these are wildflowers. And this is from a wildflower mix, and this is just a regular cup. And this is nasturtium, and it's just a common garden nasturtium, and it will attract bees and butterflies. So then this is just an old container that had wipes, sanitizing, disinfecting wipes in it, and you can use these as well. In this one, I'm gonna show you how to plant milkweed.
Why is it important that we plant milkweed?
For butterflies, specifically monarch butterflies, it's their place where they feed and also where they lay their eggs on their migration. And the population of monarchs in their migration has gone down considerably. And they do migrate through Nebraska down to Mexico. So you will be able to see some of them if you plant more milkweed, and it'll help them get to Mexico. So right here I just have a milkweed pod from the community garden. And there was some seeds still in the pod that didn't, they usually burst open and it kind of just flies away with this silky stuff. And so I'm just going to take off a couple of seeds, and you can remove the hairs from them.
So the hairs are there so that it helps the plant
Carry.
actually spread the seeds, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, so it carries the seed.
It's stuck to your fingers.
Yes, it's sticking to me. So this is the seed. And I'm just going to grab about 2 of those. Oh, already went in there. And just make another hole and put them in there. Don't try not to put them right next to each other, but near each other is okay.
And you don't want them right next to each other because you want to be able to separate them so you can plant them?
Yes, so you can separate. You can just like take them together in their roots, but it's easier just to separate them. And you water that as well. And same water once a week, a week and a half. Just check the soil every time before you water it, because you don't want to water it if the soil is still damp. If it's dry, water it. Yeah, just check them every once in a while.
So what do you do if you're, say, growing tomato plants and 2 sprout up in one hole from one hole? Do you keep both of them going, or?
You can keep both of them going, but for better results, you can probably just take one out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when they're seedlings, when you plant them, you can plant them in buckets and stuff, or have them vine up on either a fence or a garden post. If they grow up like that, just let those ones grow naturally out. You don't have to take anything out.
Okay.
So that's what you can do to start your garden inside, is seed starters. They're a great basis for when you go outside to use. You can use them, plant them right to the ground. Don't plant yet with the soil still warming up, and so probably by the end of April, end of April, we'll start planting those. But next we're going to do the terrarium. So this is, you can just grab a 2-liter bottle, a juice bottle like this will work, or a larger fruit container. So even another strawberry container would work. So this one is going to be a little bit harder to cut through than the 24-ounce bottle, but you'll probably need help for this one as well.
I would say, yeah, they'll definitely use help when you're trying to cut open anything.
Yes. And it might take a couple passes to actually get rid of it. And it might also be easier than scissors could be an X-Acto knife or a utility knife.
Right, and that's something you definitely want your
Parents help with.
Mm-hmm. Do you want a knife, my dear? Sorry for the noise. It's on my very big keychain. Did you pull out the nail file?
I did.
Be careful. There you go.
Alright, so we just wanted to puncture it. And now it'll be easy to just put the scissors in and cut around. And this plastic's a little bit harder than your normal 24-ounce plastic is. And so it might be a little jagged at first, so for that you can just kind of trim it down. So there's no sharp pieces, or you can even sand it down. So for the terrarium, we're just going to start off with some dirt. And you can use succulents, air plants, and stuff like that for terrariums. Those are the most common ones. So I'm going to fill it up just about there, a little bit over halfway. And I have a succulent with me, so I'm just going to make a bigger hole to put in the succulent. So it's just a little succulent. You just place it
So
in.
can we look at the root system of that? Was it? Oh, so it's okay. Wow.
So yeah, the root system isn't too developed yet. You don't want to have a very developed root system because it'll be harder to like take apart and put in here. You want it to be able to establish roots in the terrarium. So once you have that planted, you might want to put some water on it, depending on how the soil fills. And you can put the drainage holes on this one as well, but it's not necessary. And then this one, I have some pebbles here. So I'm just gonna place those on top. And if you have moss, you can put that on there and it'll grow in here. And you'll just need to spray the succulent and moss to keep them alive.
So you don't actually water them, you just spray them with a spray bottle?
Yeah, you can just use a spray bottle and spray them. Air plants they're really good for terrariums because those really don't need that much water. You can just spray those ones. If you do see that the succulent is turning yellow, that's usually moisture stress. So you would want to water it. Maybe the spraying's not enough, but it just depends on what type of succulent you have. You can just do a thin layer of the pebbles on top, and the moss would go with the pebbles, kind of touching the soil still. But yeah, that's a little terrarium, and you can add more. And if you get air plants, if I got an air plant, I could just add one right here, and you can use bigger containers like this one and add more. But this is just a little small starter terrarium.
Are there any plants that complement each other in terrariums?
I would say just most succulents complement each other, and they work really well together in the terrarium. So if you wanted to put different types of succulents in here, you could. And then, yeah, just the air plants, I would say as well.
Okay.
With the succulents, because they don't disturb each other at all with their roots.
Will you tell us a little bit about these plants behind you?
Yes. So behind me, I have this one I just got, and it is kind of just foliage. So it's
Like
has
a ground, like a ground cover?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so this just has pink and green leaves. And then this one is a succulent. And this one is about, I want to say, a year and a half old. It's doing really well. You can, it's got the fuzzier leaves and a really strong stem. And this one is a Bella palm. So it is just a very leafy, I guess. this plant. It grows really well in tropical areas since it's a palm. So this is just a tropical plant that I like to keep inside for green. And then this one is a snake plant. So this one's grown really big. It is 10 inches.
The pot is 10 inches?
The pot is 10 inches.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so if you, it will grow to be in a pot that's much bigger, probably 20. And then you can plant it, but it doesn't do very great in our climate outside. But indoor, it works really well. Yeah.
What kind of plants are best for purifying the air in your home?
So the snake plant is a really good one for purifying the air. And I'm trying to think of what plants. This one is a pretty good air purifier just because of the amount that it takes in. But that one and this one, I'm not sure about how these ones are more visual, not as much as the air purifying. Mm-hmm. But it's just better to have plants around you in general for air quality in your house, and also visually, and having greenery around you, especially in this time where we can't really go outside a lot, is really good for your mental health. Brightens people's day a lot. So.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate the time that you've taken today. I'm going to turn the camera back on me. Hi. So, thank you for watching. Later on, or tomorrow morning, we'll have live horse lessons with Dusty Trails at 10 a.m. And in the afternoon, you can learn what it takes to start your own business with a mini girl CEO at 2 o'clock. So just remember, one of the things that we can do to brighten our days, and something that we can do inside to make us feel like we're outside, is planting an indoor garden or starting a garden. So know that we're here for you, and if there's anything you need, we're just always here for you. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.